CRA All-Stars Tour presented by Chevrolet for the Masters of the Pros 144, starting from the 18th position tonight. Outside row number 9, hailing from Battle Creek, Michigan, in the Midwest Power Line, Celia Pawpaw, McGonigal's Pub and Girl Ford in 2013, finished 4th in the point standings with the JAG CRA All-Stars. Number 72 tonight, Thomas Woodhead. Starting to his inside, out of Kildany, Michigan, in the AMSOIL-sponsored Chevrolet, a late model regular at the Berlin Raceway in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Driving car number 88, Trevor McCoy. Starting outside, row number 8, out of Sheridan, Indiana, the Irrigation Plus Chevrolet, a regular with the CRA Late Model Sportsman. He wants to go after the green jacket tonight. Driving the 811, Thomas Hufford. Starting to his inside, out of Centralia, Illinois, in the Fuel Vent Hot to Go Pizza Subs and More Chevrolet. He finished 5th in the last JAG CRA event at the Salem Speedway, with a number of Truck Series and Xfinity Series starts under the NASCAR banner. Driving car number 51, Joe Cooksey. Starting outside row number 7, calling Lebanon, Missouri his home. In the Kokomo Joes, the Zone Ford, a regular here at I-44 in years past, making his first start of the 2017 season. Number 3, Brennan Willard. Starting to his inside, out of DeSoto, Kansas, is the JRCTax.com, FK Rodhans, 323.tv, Renegade Racing Fuels, Chevrolet, a couple of runner-up finishes already this season, currently 7th in I-44 points. Number 23, Mandy Chick. Starting outside row number 6, at Aurora, Missouri, it's the Phil Harris Motorsports Al West Collision, Kevin Kreider Motorsports Ford. He's the current point leader here at I-44 Speedway. Number 77, Mike Sloan. Starting to his inside, in the Rouse Custom Homes Toyota. Picked up a win at the Orange County Speedway just a week ago with the Cars Tour, driving the 20-yard tonight. From the 11th spot, Cole Rouse. And now to your top 10, starting to the outside. Out of Mexico, Missouri, in the Willard Quarries, Lebanon Ready Mix Chevrolet. He visited Victory Lane already this season in late models. Now resides in North Carolina, where he works at Hendrick Motorsports. Number 15 tonight, Caleb Allison. Starting to his inside, in the Seneca Performance, Boyne Machine, Sweet Manufacturing Chevrolet, 2nd in the all-time ARCA CRA wins list, making his first start in the Masters of the Pros 144, number 47, Brian Campbell. Starting outside row number 4, out of Pinellas Park, Florida, the Rick Turner Racing All-American Concrete Ford, a winner of the Red Eye 100 in South Alabama's Rattler, number 51N, Stephen Nassy. Starting to his inside, out of Ortonville, Michigan, in the Dalton Industries, Kid Rock Apparel, made in Detroit, Ilmore Engineering Chevrolet, finished runner-up a year ago in the Howie Lito Rookie of the Year standings. He won the $1,000 to win challenge event here at the Masters of the Pro 144 1 year ago. Your fast qualifier tonight, number 5, Michael Clancy Jr. Starting outside row number 3, out of Columbia, Tennessee, the Tootsie's world-famous Orchard Lounge, Warshock Chevrolet, 2-time Daytona 500 champion in the 114, Sterling Merlin. Starting to his inside, out of Indianapolis, Indiana, the Hartz Auto Center, Lawrence Towing, Auto Value Ford, the 2016 Howie Leno Rookie of the Year winner, and he is the current points leader with the JAG CRA All-Stars Tour, still looking for his first win. In the number 20 tonight, Jack Dossie III. Starting outside row number 2 out of Jasper, Georgia, it's the Smith General Contracting Free Race Car Chevrolet. He's currently tied for the lead in the point standings for the Southern Super Series. Number 26, Chandler Smith. Starting to his inside out of Portage, Michigan in the MEP, KBR Development Burger Chevrolet, Appleby Chevrolet, currently leading the Rookie of the Year point standings. All-time National Quarter Midget wins leader, the number 14, Carson Hocevar. Starting to the outside of the front row from the second position in the Cardinal Services Bordeaux Metals Toyota out of Sellersburg, Indiana, former Missouri state champion. Track championships here at the I-44 Speedway, also at the Fairgrounds Speedway in Nashville. He just picked up the U.S. Short Track Nationals at the Bristol Motor Speedway earlier this year, the number 46, Cole Williams. Starting on the pole out of Batavia, Illinois in the Blue Demon Welding Supplies, Kings Express Custom Companies Toyota. He finished runner-up in the point standings in 2016. Also the youngest ever Illinois state champion in the Legend Car ranks. In car number 29, your pole sitter for tonight out of Batavia, Illinois, Austin Kunert. Race fans, that is your starting lineup for tonight's James Champion Racing Association All-Stars Tour presented by Chevrolet Performance Masters of the Pros 144. Race fans, make some noise. Are you ready for tonight's Masters of the Pros? The racing surface. The lights are out for just a moment as they come out of turn number 4. Austin Kunert, your pole sitter, will take the green flag, and we are underway in the 2017 Masters of the Pros 144. Off of turn 2 down a back straightaway and into turn 3. Your front row still side by side. Who will lead lap number 1 across the line? It'll be led by Cole Williams. Cole Williams in the 46 machine out in front early as Austin Kunert on the inside now has to his outside the youngster, the 26 of Chandler Smith. Just 14 years of age, side by side with Kunert for the second position as Cole Williams will try to give himself some breathing room out in front. A number of these drivers, talking to them earlier this afternoon today, just looking to get through the first 100 laps, not pressure anything, not make a whole lot of noise, just basically run under the radar to the breaking point at lap 100, at which time there will be a 10-minute intermission, a 10-minute break for these drivers and teams to go to work on the cars. At that point, the teams will have to make a decision. They'll have an option. No tires, 1 tire, or 2 tires. And then the green flag to begin that second 44-lap segment. We will line them up. Those that take 0 tires will start in front of those who elect 1. Those with 1 will start in front of those that elect to take on 2 tires. But it's just a 2-tire option unless you have a flat tire in the middle of this one. As they make their way off at turn number 2, Cole Williams still out in front. Chandler Smith has now taken away that second spot. As you can see, Austin Kunert in the 29 machine has fallen out of the top 5 after starting on the pole. He now runs in the 6th position behind the 51 of Stephen Nassy. Sterling Marlin in the 114 sliding to the inside of the 14 of Carson Hocevar to take over the 3rd spot as they make their way off at turn 4. Turn number 1, everybody sorting it out throughout the top 8 as Cole Rouse gets around the number 15 machine of Caleb Allison. We are single file all the way around the racing surface with Williams out in front. 9 laps already in the books. Clean and green to start this one. Taking a look at the back half of the field, keep an eye on Brian Campbell in that black number 47 machine. Looking to the outside of the current point leader here at I-44 Speedway, that's the 77 machine of Mike Sloan. But Brian Campbell, a regular with the ARCA CRA Super Series, With a crate engine in the shop, they dropped it in this car that's usually a super late model. Made it a pro late model by putting that crate engine inside of the front compartment. And now chasing his first ever green jacket here at the Masters of the Pros 144. He runs behind the current points leader at I-44, Sloan in the 77. Another driver that knows this track very well, was fast in practice, especially the first practice today, and that's Mandy Chick in that orange and white number 23. Now going to work on Michael Clancy. Those two battled in last year's $1,000 to win contingency race for the drivers unable to make the start of the Masters of the Pro 144. Michael Clancy, your fast qualifier tonight, has fallen back out of the top 10, now making laps in the 12th position. He knows that this is a long race, 144 laps, and he's probably, just as I said earlier, just trying to click off the first 100 laps. Just in front of them, Brian Campbell making a move to the inside of Sloan off of turn 4. Give Campbell the spot, and that will move him into the top 10. Sloan back to 11. Cole Williams still out in front as they come out of turn number 4. 17 laps will be in the books. Sterling Marlin in that third spot, sliding a little high on entry to turn number 1. The 14 machine of Carson Hocevar looking at his inside. Marlin drove it in behind Chandler Smith through 3 and 4 that time, but Hocevar unable to take advantage of it and pounce on the situation. Will still ride in 4th off of turn 2. Brian Campbell is able to get around Sloan. He wants to move up even further. Looking to the inside of Allison. Caleb Allison in the number 15 machine, running in the 9th spot to the high side of Campbell. Campbell's car, that's the thing about Brian Campbell. He doesn't always qualify the greatest, not the fastest, but he knows how to set those cars up for the long green flag stretches in the long haul of race events, as Mandy Chick right behind that battle slides his sideways to the inside of 1 and 2, and for the first time tonight the caution flag flies over the racing surface. So the caution flag top spot, Cole Williams taking the option of starting on the outside. Chandler Smith has to line up to his inside, but Williams will be the starter for this restart, and he will lead the field back into turn number 1. It's a little bit higher groove through the racing surface, especially through the turns, and that's the reason Cole Williams elects to start on the outside, putting him right back to that top spot. He has led all 26 laps now by the line. Chandler Smith not allowing him to go very far as Thomas Wooden deep in the field almost went out of the ballpark. High side of turns 1 and 2. He was able to woe it down, check it up, and get it back in line, but it'll cost him positions all the way back to the 18th spot. So a tough break for Thomas Wooden, a former top 5 finisher with the Jake CRA All-Stars Tour point standings. Top 4 cars now have sorted it out since the restart. Austin Coonert now with his hands full with Pinella Parks, Florida. Stephen Nassy to his inside. Give Nassy that 5th spot, and Coonert drops back to 6th. He now has Cole Rouse in the number 20 machine, looking to his inside on the exit of turn 4. Jack Dawson III with Brian Campbell behind him. Campbell made some noise late in that green flag run. He wants to make some more noise here in this stretch as he'll look to the inside of Jack Dawson III. Cole Rouse. And now everybody turns it sideways, but not before contact is made over in turn number 4. Brian Campbell spun the car sideways to avoid contact after a couple of cars got loose in the exit of turn 4. Long-time veteran Sterling Marlin lining up from that 4th spot. Keep an eye on him as the green flag will come back out for the restart. The Masters of the Pros 144, 37 laps now complete. As they make the way off at turn number 2, Cole Williams back to the point, and following in his tire tracks is Sterling Marlin. Sterling Marlin able to get around Chandler Smith. Dropped Smith to 3rd, Marlin to 2nd, and Marlin is about a half a car length to a full car length higher than Cole Williams, your leader through the turns in 1, 2, and on the exit of turn 4 in the same location. As they make their way down the front straightaway and into turn number 1, top 3 single file. Hocevar has a points leader. Jack Dossie the third to his outside. Move Dossie up to 4th. Hocevar back to 5th. And Hocevar will now have Stephen Nassy looking to his inside at the same time. Caleb Allison is right there, ready to pounce on any mistakes as they make their way down the back straightaway. As I say that, Allison makes a little bit of a minor mistake, sliding the right side. Hoosier Racing tires off the back straightaway, white stripe. Getting a little flat, creating a spark or two, but he's able to get it back onto the racing surface. No harm, no foul, just lost about 4 car lengths to Stephen Nassy in the 51 machine. As they make their way off of turn number 4, Cole Williams in the 46 machine, as he has done all night. Back out in front with a little bit of room to breathe now, as he has about a 4 to 5 car length advantage over the 114 of Sterling Marlin. Running in the second position off of turn number 4, 43 laps in the books. Caleb Allison with Cole Rouse to his inside. Rouse off of that win at the Orange County Speedway 1 weekend ago. Down south at the Cars Tour, Cole Rouse is able to get around Caleb Allison for the 7th spot. Mandy Chick in the 23 machine following Rouse to the inside. Mandy Chick running in the 9th spot, wants 8th from Caleb Allison as they exit turn 4. Mandy Chick was in the top 10 in the first practice of the day, slid down to the top 10 in the second practice, but it looks like she has a nice racing machine here in the Masters of the Pros 144 when it comes to the race event. The time it counts and the time you want to have that machine running fast and running well. She's trying to move up. She was the problem for the reason for the first caution of the night. Had to restart at the back, but she's already split the field in half. And now scored in the 8th spot as they make their way down the back straightaway. Cole Williams in the 46 machine out in front by a little over a half second. Sterling Marlin runs in the 2nd spot, and Chandler Smith now in the 26. That we have ran some laps in this stretch looking to make a move on Marlin. Marlin got that 2nd spot on the restart. Chandler Smith in the 26 machine, one of the up-and-coming youngsters with the Jake CRA All-Stars Tour here tonight, has been running in the Southern Super Series where he is tying for the points lead down south. Yet to go to victory lane this season, has been in contention. Talking to him about the Lebanon I-44 Speedway, honestly said this track's way too smooth. Likes a little bit rougher track, a track with a little bit more distinction, so to speak, something you have to really maneuver more to make him take a liking to it, but he has obviously got this figured out to a point as he runs right now in the 3rd and final podium position off of turn 2. Stephen Nassy in a 51 machine restarted back in the 5th, 6th position, has since moved up to 4th, just ahead of Jack Dossie the 3rd, which has the number 14 of Carson Hocevar looking at his inside as the field makes their way off at turn number 2. Chandler Smith pedals to the inside of Sterling Marlin. Inside of 3 and 4, down the front straightaway. This all takes place behind your leader, Cole Williams, which is built almost a 7/10 advantage over the 2nd position and will grow just a little bit more as they'll now side by side for the 2nd consecutive lap off of turn 4, battling for the 2nd position and into turn number 1. Chandler Smith was ahead of Sterling Marlin last time by the stripe as they make their way off of turn number 4, 56 laps in the books, and Marlin's going to keep Smith behind him for the time being, back into 2nd all by his lonesome as they make their way down the back chute and into turn 3. Way wide for Sterling Marlin in the 114. That allows Chandler Smith to pull back even with him off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Marlin trying to hold off the youngster. Sterling Marlin in the 114. Joe Cooksey in the 51. He is running in the back half of the field in the 13th position. Both of those drivers over the age of 50. Other than that, most of these drivers, Brian Campbell is out. He's also another one of those drivers that's a seasoned veteran, but most of these drivers, honestly, between the ages 21 and under, is Sterling Marland making contact. Nassie, they both come to a stop outside of turn number 4. Third caution coming out tonight. Talking to Stephen Nassie earlier today, just wanted to stay out of harm's way, went up the racing surface. He's led the first 64, will make it 65 next time by, as he will lead the field back to the green flag. 3 cars out in this one. Everybody on the racing surface on the lead lap. Williams with a nice restart. The one without the nice restart's Chandler Smith. He's already lost a spot going down the back straightaway. Jack Doss the third, up to second. Smith to third, and looking to the inside is Stephen Nassie, now off the pace and sitting up high. That'll bring out the 4th caution of the night. Portage, Michigan's Carson Hocevar. A tough break for Carson Hocevar as a caution flag will come out. Hocevar rolls to a stop. Of it, that was the reason he got his spot back, and now we'll restart in 4th. But here's your points leader, Jack Dossey the third, restarting to the inside of Cole Williams as the green flag comes back out. Carson Hocevar in the 14 machine, still pit side. The crew still going to work on that machine as Cole Williams back out in front, all by his lonesome as they make the way out of turn number 4. Michael Clancy Jr. comes to a stop. All kinds of smoke coming from the number 3 machine. Of Brennan Willard. But the caution flag coming out awfully quick since the restart. 5 laps, or 5 times of row 2 from the 4th spot. As they make their way out of turn number 4, the green flag is back out. 77 laps complete. Cole Williams in the 46, getting a strong challenge on the restart from Stephen Nassie. As they make their way through 3 and 4, Nassie's going to pull in line. Into turn number 1, Jack Dossey the third, restarted 3rd, but he is going to lose a spot to Chandler Smith as we get a little bit of bobbles by Caleb Allison in the 15 machine. Austin Kunert, because of it, has to check up just a bit. He'll lose a spot to Mandy Chick and Joe Cooksey, so a couple of spots lost for Austin Kunert in the 29 machine. But we have a race up into the top 5 as we get 20 laps to go this time by. 80 in the books, 20 to go in segment number 1. And Cole Rouse in the number 20 machine did not qualify very well. Honestly, was not very fast in practice. Not where this driver was hoping his car would be, but in the race, it looks like Cole Rouse's number 20 Toyota is in shape as he started mid-pack and has moved into the 4th spot, getting around your points leader, Jack Dossey the third in the number 20 machine. That's the pink and black number 20 of Jack Dossey the third in 5th. The white with the yellow numerals on the sides and on the roof of Cole Rouse. Jack Dossey the third wants that spot back. Goes to the inside on the exit of turn 4. As they make their way off of turn number 2, they're still side by side, duking it out for the 4th spot behind Stephen Nassie in 2nd, Chandler Smith in 3rd. Top 3 cars, single file, and about evenly spaced as they make their way through 1 and 2. Off of turn 2, down the back straightaway, Jack Dossey the third, still hands full with Cole Rouse. Side by side, Mandy Chick in the 23. She's also starting to come to life. Looking to make some noise. Looking to the inside of Caleb Allison late in this 100-lap segment. 86 laps complete this time off of turn 4. Cole Rouse was able to fend off Jack Dossey the third's challenge. So Rouse takes over the 4th spot once again, all by his lonesome, as Dossey drops back into 5th. Looks like, for the time being, the top 5 cars are looking to get to the end of this first 100-lap segment. as they're running. Mandy Chick, she's got different ideas. She wants to get around Caleb Allison for that 6th spot. If you think about it, you want to, except for being in the top 2 spots, if the high side is this side to start on, you want to try to be in an even number when that checkered flag flies to give you an outside lane restart position for that 2nd segment. Mandy Chick is trying to do just that, looking to the inside of Caleb Allison. Carson Hosevar in the number 14 machine was a lucky dog on that last caution flag, but he continues to be off the pace. In the 14 machine, he's actually scored 4 laps down. He got caught in the pit area for a couple of laps when he brought out the 4th caution of the night. Caleb Allison in the 15 had Mandy Chick. If that wasn't enough, throw Austin Coonard into the mix. It's a 3-car battle for the 6th spot. Late in this one with 8 to go at the line. The top 3 at the front of the field also have tightened things up. Chandler Smith looking to the inside of Stephen Nassy in the 51. So 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 4th and 5th are just riding, and then it's 6th, 7th, and 8th. All trying to make something happen late in this 1st segment of racing action, which will take us up to lap 100. Michael Clancy Jr. in the number 5 machine. It is a lapped car. Cole Williams in the 46 going to go to his outside. Clancy Jr. will go another lap down. Tough break for a youngster setting his first ever fast time this evening with the Jake CRA All-Stars Tour, with 96 laps in the books for Cole Williams. Top 3 now with a little bit of space between them as they now work some lap traffic late in this run. But Mandy Chick still not giving up on the 15 of Caleb Allison. Austin Cooner right there as well. Thomas Wooden is 72 on the outside. Will go 1 lap down. Through turns 3 and 4 this time by, the white flag will fly for Cole Williams. Williams looking to lead green to checker through the first 100 lap segment here this evening for the Master of the Pros 144. And for the final time through 3 and 4, he's got Stephen Nassy on his rear spoiler, but Cole Williams will be credited with leading at the 100 lap point, giving him a sweep through the first 100 laps here this evening. This one
still pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right. We're kind of fighting a little tight to the center right now, but I think we fixed that. We should be all right. There's still 44 laps. I know Nassy and Chandler's really good too, so we're gonna have to hit our marks here, and we'll hopefully we'll be up front at the end.
I don't think I've ever seen it. The clock has now started 10 minutes in which they can do what they got to do. I see the team brought right side tires. That cost you a win here a couple of years ago because the flat right at the end. Are you changing the rights, or are you just doing it for precautionary?
We're deciding right now, so hopefully by the end of the break we'll know.
He'll make a last-minute decision if they want to change tires or not. Cole Williams, our race leader, and perhaps the fastest cat on the track is Florida hot shoe Stephen Nassy. Stephen, we'll let you cool down, but you had a close call up there in turns 3 and 4 earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. Sterling, I think, let go of a motor up there up top, and he kind of moved down the middle of the back straightaway, and I thought he was going to leave the high side for me. It's kind of unfortunate, you know, that kind of put a bummer on our night, but then we were able to get our spot back, and now we're up here racing for the lead. You know, we still got 44 hard laps to go. I think I got a good piece. These guys at Rick Turner Racing have done an amazing job, so we'll see if we can make a little adjustment to get a little bit better right here, and then go back out and contend for the win.
Rick Turner has won this race twice. He won it the first year with Chase Elliott, year number 2 with Anderson Bowen. Last year, you never seen this place until you got here, 10th place, and I know you've got 8,000 reasons to get around that 40, but they're debating whether to change tires or not. What about you guys?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to take the tires. I think we're going to take the chance. I don't think the tire is going to be worth it here. You know, I don't know if we're going to regret it. Looks like Chandler's taking tires behind me, and he was definitely all over my bumper. So, you know, he didn't give me much breathing room, and with some stickers on, definitely ain't going to give me no room. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to drive my tail off, though.
You got to remember, if you change one tire, you go behind the cars that don't change any. 2 tires, you go by even farther back. And, yeah, 44 with green still to go. But I don't know, Chandler, you and Cole Williams putting on a whale of a show out there for the fans.
You know, we're going to keep on digging. We're going to hopefully race clean. I was able to, you know, try to get to the inside of Williams there towards the end of that run. And, you know, I'm just hoping we can make it about 35 clean laps and then race the last 10, 15 real hard.
All right, the clock's still running down here in pit road, and really a surprise right now. Chandler Smith, 15 years young, is a Southern Super Series All-Star late model point leader. And Chandler, you got the car up, had a good run with Cole, got around him earlier there. Am I seeing you guys change tires?
We may be. It may be all what the strategy goes. I think we have a really solid car to win here. It's just all in the foot box now.
I'll tell you what, it's been good, clean racing out there. Sterling Marlin losing a motor, but our track crew checked it over. No oil, no water whatsoever, which was a good thing. And I'll tell you what, you guys are putting on a great show for these race fans.
Oh, yeah, so far I'm starting to like the track a lot. I'm loving how the racing is and just how much room you have around here. It's really nice.
All right, best of luck, Chandler Smith. Running third right now. The decision will be if he changes tires or not. And going up to the number 4 spot. And ladies and gentlemen, this guy started his late model career here at I-44. The car is based out of Rolla, Missouri, and Cole Rouse out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. Last year was with the K&N Series. He's been running some of the Southern Super Series, Kyle Busch Developmental. And tell you what, right now, Cole, you got a good, fast hot rod. A little bit of ground you had to make. That caution definitely going to help you.
Yeah, I hope so. Just making a few adjustments for this next 44 laps. We're in a pretty good position. Hopefully it runs pretty clean the whole way through. This next 44 laps, I think we'll be there at the end.
Cole Rouse, definitely. He's coming off a big Southern Super Late Model win last weekend out in North Carolina, and action is furious. I think there's a few games going on down here. Tires, no tires, what are we going to do? That's going to change things as the crews continue to work feverishly. Roughly, I think we had about 12 to 13 cars still on the lead lap.
Pressure, sweep move of the race from Sweep Manufacturing and the KRC Power Steering Hard Luck of the Race Award. As we are ready to go back, green flag racing. On the restart, it's Cole Williams on the outside into turn number 1. Trying to get it to the inside of Nassie on the last restart. Nassie's going to stay almost even with him. Out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Deep into turn number 3 drives Nassie. As they make the way off of turn number 4, Williams will continue to lead. But it's not over out in front. Nassie to the inside, off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. And here comes Chandler Smith, going to make it a 3-wide battle for the top spot. As they make the way off of turn number 4, Nassie gets loose. Smith gets loose, and so does Rouse. Off of turn 2, down the back straightaway, we'll mix up the top 5. Smith, Nassie, Rouse all getting a little loose. Jack Dawson the third will pick up a couple of positions, putting him now to the outside of Chandler Smith. The battle's on for third. Cole Williams in the 46 continues to lead. Into turn number 3, it's Smith holding off Jack Dawsey's charge. Cole Rouse has gathered it back in. He'll now go to work once again behind the number 20 machine. Mandy Chick still knocking on the door to the top 5, running in the 6th spot on the backstretch. Out of turn number 4, 106 laps in the books for Cole Williams in the 46 machine. Saw some movement there for a couple of laps. Chandler Smith was trying to make some things happen. Now everybody back, single file formation all the way around the 3/8 mile here at Lebanon's I-44 Speedway. Cole Williams taking full advantage of that mishap for second on back when they were trying to go after his lead. Has built it back up to over a half second. Stephen Nasse, however, trying to reel him in. Nasse runs second. Stephen Nasse has picked up a lot of big name races, including a couple of red-eye 100s down at Speed Weeks in Florida, January and February. He's picked up one of the most prestigious super late model races in all the country in the Rattler. But he has not picked up the most prestigious pro late model race win, which is this right here, the Masters of the Pros 144 for that green jacket. None of these drivers have, including Cole Williams, which has led now the first 112 laps of this 144 affairs. They make their way off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Top 6 evenly spaced as they make their way through 3 and 4. Back to 7th is Caleb Allison. Allison finished in that very same position 1 year ago. Cole Williams' half-second lead has now dwindled down to a little over 3.5 tenths. And here comes Chandler Smith in the 26 machine. He's gathered it back up out of Jasper, Georgia. Trying to make a move on Stephen Nasse. Down to less than 1 car length, the difference between your top 3. Jack Dossey, the third, just looking for a consistent finish tonight. Would love to go to victory lane, but he is your points leader. Those drivers out in front of him, none of those drivers in contention are racing for points on a full-time basis in 2017. Closest driver in the field to Jack Dossey, the third, officially points racing this season, is Austin Kuhnert, back in the 29 machine, running in the 7th spot. Kuhnert off that runner-up finish at the Salem Speedway a couple of weeks ago. His best finish ever with the Jake CRA All-Stars Tour. Speaking of Jack Dossey the third, now moving down a lane, looking to the inside of Chandler Smith. Looking for the third and final podium position off of turn 4. 120 laps in the books, almost to the halfway segment. Or halfway point of this second segment. As Cole Williams makes his way off of turn 4. Jack Dossey the third, looking to the inside of Smith. Smith a little higher on exit that time out of turn 4, allowing Jack Dossey the third to sneak to his inside. Chandler Smith down the back straightaway, sparking just a bit, getting those Hoosier Racing tires just on the right side of that white stripe. But he's still able to hold off Jack Dossey the third down the front straightaway. Once again, Smith arcs it off the back stretch, and that allows Dossey to look to his inside once again. Chandler Smith with just a little bit of damage on the right front of that nose. Jack Dossey the third completes the pass. Move Dossey to third. Stephen Nasse now with that front nose of that Ford number 51 to the rear spoiler of Cole Williams in the 46. Williams honestly hasn't been challenged any here this evening. A couple of moves to his inside, but he was able to hold those off even on all the restarts as we have 125 complete, 19 to go. Off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Stephen Nasse. The Rick Turner Motorsports entry for this event. Starting to apply the heat. Giving some pressure now to the 46 of Cole Williams. Driving it deep into turn 3 is Nasse in the 51. Jack Dossey the third just hanging out in the third position, watching the race unfold for the top spot in front of him. The 26 machine of Chandler Smith still rides in 4th, just ahead of Cole Rouse 5th. Mandy Chick in 6th, and then it's almost a full straightaway back to Austin Cooner. .129 complete, 15 to go for Cole Williams. Cole Williams, last time he raced with the JEG CRA All-Stars Tour was at the Bristol Motor Speedway under the lights in a rain-delayed event that would have been ran mid-afternoon, but rain forced the start of that one late into the evening under the lights, where Williams went to victory for his first win of the season with the JEG CRA All-Stars Tour. Once again, was not with the series at Salem, but joins us again here at Lebanon I-44, where he finished 4th 1 year ago. Leads the first 132. Jack Dawson III was giving some pressure to Stephen Nasse, which allowed Williams to open up that gap once again. Carson Hocevar in the 14, 12th to the inside of Trevor McCoy. He's 11th. This unfolds a half a straightaway ahead of Williams. Cole Rouse in the number 20 machine, trying to reel in Chandler Smith. Smith runs 4th. Jack Dawson III now trying to get back up to Nasse. Inside of 10 to go, make it 8 to go at the line this time by. Off the turn 2, down the back straightaway, McCoy in the 88, last car on the lead lap. Or excuse me, he is 1 lap down. So McCoy goes 1 lap down. A 46 of Williams, able to clear him with ease as they make their way through turns 3 and 4. Joe Cooks in a 51 goes high. Huffer to his inside. Carson Hocevar goes down to the inside of the racetrack, and now issues Stephen Nasse in the 51 machine. Something has broke to the inside of that machine, and he rolls to a stop outside of turn 2. A tough break for inside row 3. Cole Williams, as he has on the previous 7 restarts, elects the outside. However, now he's got the points leader to his inside as the green flag is out on the restart. Cole Williams in the 46, down the back straightaway, and here comes Cole Rouse. Cole Rouse is going to make some noise in the number 20 machine. Him and Jack Dawson tie it up on the exit of turn 4. Dawson sliding it into the low side, a 1 and 2, trying to hold off Rouse as they make their way into turn 3. Rouse is going to look to the inside of Dawson as they make their way off of turn 4. It's going to get interesting. 140 in the books. Off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. It looks like it's Cole Williams. Race to lose at this point. Cole Rouse leans on Dawson, but Dawson holds him off. Cole Rouse now with Chandler Smith to his outside. Off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. It's Williams' race to lose as he makes his way through 3 and 4. 2 laps to go for Indiana native Cole Williams. Williams looking for his back-to-back second win and a second appearance with the JEG CRA All-Stars Tour. Off of turn number 4. He'll see the white flag. 1 lap to go for the 46 of Cole Williams. Williams in the 46 got out front to lead lap number 1. He'll lead all 144 tonight for his first ever green jacket in the Masters of the Pros 144. Jack Dawson III comes home in a second spot. Third goes to Cole Rouse. 4th to the 26 of Chandler Smith. And Austin Kunert in the 29 in the closing laps is able to hold on for a top 5 finish. Mandy Chick finishes in 6th, Stephen Nassy 7th, Caleb Allison 8th, Joe Cooksey 9th, and Thomas Huff 5 finished 4th a year ago. But to follow that up with this dominant of performance, I know a lot of the fans, a lot of the drivers that originally planned to be here in June couldn't make it tonight. Shortened up the field a little bit, but still, there was 18 drivers. Any one of those could get to victory lane. Did you feel that you had a car that could lead all 144 tonight?
Honestly, didn't think we was going to lead all 144. I mean, our plan when we started at second there was to hopefully get out front, set a pace. The pace was really hard at the beginning. I actually let Chandler go right before the caution. And second idea, caution came out, they gave me back the spot. I was like, well, maybe I should just stay out here for a little bit. So we just kept up there as long as we could, and we made adjustments on the last 44. It definitely helped a little bit. But this has been a long time coming. We lost one back in 2014, and it was a heartbreaker for us after leading that one. So this definitely means a lot for us. I think this is definitely close to the win at Bristol. So I can't thank these guys enough. They worked their butts off week in, week out to get this thing ready. And this car has been really good for us the last couple of years. It's just been a blast.
A number of records, 7 or 8 of them, each and every time you option inside or outside. Of course, the outside lane is your preference here on the restart, selecting to use that lane each and every time. You had some tough challenges, especially from Stephen Nassy late in this one to hold him off to get here to victory lane tonight.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't back off it at all. I mean, it was one of those things you had to hit your marks every freaking lap because there was Chandler back there, Steven, and Jack Dawsey. I mean, all four were right there bumper to bumper, seemed like the whole 144. So it was almost like you had to hold your breath and just hang on. I just kept telling myself, come on, just one more qualifying lap every time. So I can't thank Port City Race Cars, Cardinal Services, Bordeaux Metals, thank Phil Harper Engines. I got to thank Scotty Sanitation, Dickey's Barbecue that came on this weekend. They definitely they catered us and everything, treated us real well with their barbecue. And I highly recommend anybody here to go get some of their barbecue. It's definitely the real deal. And you get free ice cream, so you can't beat free ice cream. But then Right Way Industries, Rush Trucking, and Hobbs Automotive, all of them, without them, none of this would be possible. And I'm just blessed beyond words to be able to do this. And, of course, I got to thank the good Lord above. Without him, none of this would be possible.
We knew we were going to get a new Masters of the Pro champion here tonight because all 18 drivers have never won it. He's a former track champion, gets his first green jacket tonight. Make some noise for the 46 of Cole Williams. Runner-up. I know you wanted to get to victory lane. Still looking for that first win, but still a strong runner-up finish tonight has to send a lot of momentum moving forward in the season.
Yeah, I couldn't feel better about the finish tonight. You know, everybody ran us pretty clean. We had a really good race car. We saved it for the last 44, just kind of rode, flew under the radar there, like you said. And, you know, this was a kind of different deal. It's really hard to pass at this racetrack, and it was my first time actually racing here. We had a lot better luck than last year, and it was a really good night. I think if we didn't have that late race caution there, I think that me and Cole would have battled it out pretty good. He races me pretty clean. I race him pretty clean. And, you know, I just got to thank all my sponsors and my guys. And I couldn't think of a better group of people to spend my 4th of July with.
Well, they came in with a points lead and coming home with a runner-up for the Masters of the Pros. He'll leave the point leader as well. Make some noise for Indianapolis, Indiana's Jack Dawsey III. He elected to take one tire at the break. So finish here this evening with the number 20 machine. A late race charge, just unable to get up to the front and do anything with Cole.
Yeah, we can get him on the restart. It's just later on we ran. The tighter the car got, we just weren't there in the setup today. Even with that tire, honestly, just made it tighter. So, but thanks to all these guys for coming and helping. Kevin Crider, my crew chief, did a great job today. My dad for coming to help. I guess coming home third is good, but I want more and I want to win.
Well, that's it from the number 20 of Cole Rouse. Not satisfied, but he does come with a finish here today at the Masters of the Pros 1-4. Chandler Smith, he's up here on the front straightaway. 5 this evening. He was up there challenging for the lead late in this one. A number of instances there. It looked like you were going to have an opportunity to possibly end up in victory lane. I know that 4th place isn't what you wanted either tonight, but still a top 5 finish has got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good considering the fact it's the first time here, but I just need to work on being more patient, not trying to take it 3 wide and bending up our whole fender to ruin our night. But good job to Cole, good job to the whole top 5. It was fun racing you guys tonight through all the I-44 speed facilities, so thank you.
Do you have any sponsors? I know it takes a lot to get these cars, especially across the country. You race a lot of venues throughout the summer. Do you have anybody to thank for a top 5 finish tonight?
Yeah, first off, I got to thank God. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be here on this earth. But I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, Smith General Contracting, Fury Race Cars, and Chevrolet.
Nice. Well, the Southern Super Series comes here with the Jake CRA All-Stars Tour for the first time to Lebanon, Missouri. Comes home in the 4th spot. That's Jasper, Georgia's number 26 at Chandler Smith.